the number 10 million downloads or even 100 million downloads in hyper casual means nothing. It means so little in the long run of this, right? Because there's so many companies, right, are I've already cleared that. I've had multiple games that have crossed 100 million downloads before and supported that as well. The challenge really is which one of these are actually real business models that will convert over to Web3. But very few people are asking these questions in the AMAs, right? The AMA is more about hyping the variables. And this is kind of where we are because this is bull market, right? Or bullish market, right? As we think through a lot of these elements. But really, what is the ETH market? The ETH market's still a mint and flip market. That's still what it is. So what a lot of people are trying to do is they're just trying to make sure that they're able to get liquidity in the first 7 days, and there's not that much being built behind that. So that's kind of where we're hoping our research lab is going to be able to kind of cut into all of these, right, and actually have a significant more insight on the quality of these projects. And this is where you'll then also get insights from me, right? I'll be working, reviewing this, and giving you insights on any of these given projects as we look through what is being added into this research room and this research lab too. So as we step back, right, what do we want to kind of understand of why this research room is being created? One, it's you'll get better updates and more frequent updates from Tribe itself. You're going to get more frequent updates about the projects that matter that you guys care about, right? And then more importantly, you're going to be able to get other ways and insights and opportunities of knowledge, including OTC information and of course farmable airdrop guides as well too. And hopefully through this, you guys will be able to see value, give guidance on value, but hopefully have what we think is like an educational core base. And this educational core base is going to matter because in the end, right, a lot of this stuff is going to be, yeah, the same stuff jumbled up and spit out again. That's what we are in this stage, at least on ETH projects at the moment right now. Everything is the same pitch. Yeah, as Katie kind of notes, right? I don't know how many revolutionary one of a kind shooter games set in a sci-fi landscape I'm going to see this year. Katie, you're going to see about 10 more of those, probably 20 more of those, right? Unfortunately, right? Because it is the same playbook, right? And you're going to see the same playbook again of free mint, right? You're going to see small supply kind of being the element here as well. And I think this is also going to be the reason why you're going to recognize a lot of the ETH plays are going to slow down for that. You actually now have to think in much larger questions, right? If you're in the ETH market and say you're token oriented, right? Your conversation shouldn't be is who's launching a token. Your question should be is who is best structured to launch the most successful token at day one with high FDV and is also going to give us, unlock at TGE. That's all you should be looking right now if you're interested in token plays is what's their listing partner, and then more importantly, what's their leverage for that, and then what's their tokenomics. And these are the things that people are looking at the last for, which is hilarious. These are the terms that actually matter the most, right? Like, why is Overworld struggling and pumping all at the same time? It's that it's too complicated to understand the yield and value. But as they uncover that, and they started to uncover that a lot last couple of days, where they shared that the only people who are getting tokens unlocked at TG are Incarna holders. Everyone else is vesting. There will also be, of course, some float going to the centralized exchanges as well for that. But essentially, it means that if you want access to their token, right? If you want access to their tokens here, the best way to do it is to buy Incarnas. So that actually moved everyone up from 1.5 floor to 2 ETH floor. But it's still underperforming, right? Because the market still doesn't understand its advantages, right? People still don't know, is Binance already baked in, or do people not realize they're about to get Binance in? Binance's last 3 gaming listings had a 1 billion, 1.25 billion, and 2 billion FDV, right? If you look at that, right, it's actually kind of really compelling because if you do the math right, let me just tell you, if you believe that let's say Overworld could hit 2 billion FDV, right? Is if they could hit 2 billion FDV on TGE, you will unlock roughly $10,000 worth of tokens. That's what the belief is, right? You would get 4 ETH worth of tokens at that price point just on day one. That's what the back of the napkin math is saying. And there's still 2 more unlocks, right? Because that's only 33% of your claim, right? On that front. So then it'd be another 10K. No, it's 10K on day one, right? It's not 10K to wait for 3 years. It's 30K that you'll have to wait for like 2+ years, right? Or another 20K on top. But this is kind of the interesting thing. The meta actually is telling you on Overworld, based off the math that we know, is that you should buy an Incarnas and you should avoid doing pre-sale, right? It's actually the smarter play because the ability to own the Incarna gives you the maximum optionality on that play, which is very interesting, right? And that's kind of the other thing that you want to start be looking at because there's still a lot of questions on Overworld, right? We still don't know the full tokenomics investing. We still don't know who else has liquidity as well on day one, right? We know historically a lot of these pieces might not sustain. So this is what we want the research lab to do, is to spur these discussions and conversations where it's more critical, because we don't need the use of a general chat here as other entities. We want them to be conversation based. And then here's the other cool thing, is that the more you guys interact with these types of elements here shortly, the more you will have the likelihood of getting access to Ronin, getting access to a lot of the other elements in our ecosystem, including Oath as well. And you'll see a lot of these pieces, because really the next 30 days, to be very transparent, is those who highlight and showcase value shall receive a Ronin. And we want to find different ways to incentivize you guys to support. And that's the other major insight here, is that you'll want to be in the Ronin server pretty much starting next week, right? And that's going to be another important thing here, right? Is as we kind of scale out, we're going to find different ways to build different experiences, right? The tribe server is going to go very much back to a simplistic, research and knowledge base, insights here as well. And we'll still do a few AMAs here, but of course, right, the focus is going into the Ronin server. And if you were an original OG Lost Realms user, you're gonna have some fun as we think through the game mechanics on Ronin. Ronin's gonna have a really cool whitelisting value prop. There's going to be really cool ways for you guys to be part of the journey and the story. And then, really what it is that it's going to be fun. I think that's what we really care about here as well, is that in this journey, a lot of you are going to have massive access to a really cool ordinal play. And again, with that ordinal play, we'll have the ability for blessings to come out. You're going to see some interesting mini game quests that are going to require you to specialize. There's going to be clan games and clan warfare, stuff that the market has never really seen before, right? Which I think is also really compelling, right? And I think that's also why I really want to keep all of these things kind of unlocked here as well. And this could be really powerful, right, as this ecosystem scales. But we're still giving you guys more knowledge. We're still giving you guys more access. We're still giving you more value here as well. That's kind of the important thing as we kind of build the entire ecosystem out. And again, you guys as OG holders, especially, OG diamonds as well, and new diamonds, you guys are going to have a lot of influence. And then you're also going to see a total new economic structure for Ronin. I can't wait to show you guys Ronin, a little bit more of the insights on Friday. And then Ronin's going to start going to full effect the following week. It'll be a gradual layering of insights, but the cool thing here is that as we connect all the dots, as we kind of build out all of these layers, you're going to see the vision of this market And the vision of Tribe just continue to give value to you guys, right? We're building the research lab for you guys, right? And I think that's kind of the important thing, right? We're going to give you guys a bunch of windows and opportunities to kind of be able to be a part of our process and take us back to our original days, right? And that's kind of what I'm really excited about at the moment. Yeah, currently the dojo is closed. You cannot enter into the Discord yet. But you guys will have an exclusive ability to get in the Discord starting this Friday and early next week. It will be a very hard to get in Discord for the first week. We're going to build out some fun hype, some fun storytelling here as well. So there's going to be quite a few things that are coming up. It's a full launch cycle. Mint's not happening, until February for sure. So you're going to see kind of all these layers kind of come in and be able to give, you guys a full understanding of Ronin's background, right? Ronin's story, Ronin's lore. That's kind of the actual important thing. No, the actual mint window will just be like standard 1 to 2 hours because it'll be a primarily from what the way we're designing it, it is going to be a pretty much all whitelist. We might leave a little bit open for public, but it's just like a whitelisted public. So it's not just like a total gas war for any wallet here at the moment right now. We're not really interested in that. We really want to make sure that when you do have the ability to mint, you should have it probably a 4 to 8 hour window. We're going to see ordinals is a little bit different, right? You can't really, I mean, you can do a lot of different things, right? Like, for example, you could see Shadow Hats had their auction like 3 days ago, and then they dropped the NFTs 2 days later, right? It's kind of this interesting delay in elements. We're kind of going with this where we're going to make this mint to be very much like an ETH mint. And here's the good thing is that this is all straightforward mint. You'll be minting this most likely on Magic Eden, right? So it's not that hard at the moment right now to be able to get that here. So you'll see all of these elements here in this kind of opening up in your guys' favor too. And there's a lot of cool things that are still coming, right? And we'll teach you about everything on ordinals. And that's the other cool thing about Ronin. Ronin's goal is not just to be a great piece of art, it's also going to be an education hub and knowledge hub where we're going to teach you more about ordinals, right? We're going to share insights on rarity and alpha. But more importantly, what do we care most about? I want you to understand the technology, right? If you understand the technology, you're going to be in a much better position of seeing the long term vision for ordinals play out. Ordinals is a huge opportunity. Totally agree. Like, if you want to learn more about ordinals, you should definitely be in Taproot Wizards Discord. I think also very similarly, you should try to be a part of one or two small communities. And we've given you guys a lot of opportunities for that as well. There were stuff like Femojis, Hardo's doing incredibly well. If you've been part of that too, really spend time in those markets. Yeah, Nullish, Bitka, ZK Shark, all of these individuals are incredibly smart, incredibly talented. Work with these types of people and be around their discords, be around their communities. And if you could get a little bit of ownership here as well, right, you could get access to their group chats and alpha chats as well. The good thing is, right, we hope that, of course, Ronin will be able to bring some of those collectors over and we can then start sharing alpha collectively or insights collectively through the community. And that's going to be kind of the next big thing as we kind of build all of this stuff out and kind of build, the systems here within our ecosystem too. So, I hope this gives you guys quite a bit of like insights on just how we've been restructuring and still getting fun content, even through all of this stuff, right? We're spending, we're getting ready for launches, we're getting structures in. We've resolved Tabula Rasa's now got their refunds. We're building out a research lab here. We're bringing on even more partnerships too. The idea is that we're using this month of January to get back into the alignment of putting you guys first. And that's the other cool thing, right? Oath and Ronin will be the fairest mints you'll ever see. That's our other goal here, is to build fair mint structures for everyone in this ecosystem. And this is where you guys are going to get a lot of upside as you've been loyal long term. If you've been here, if you've been participating, if you got a lot of those pendants and badges as well, like, you're going to be in a really good spot. So I'm really excited to be able to unlock all of these pieces for you guys as well. So, as we wrap up here in the next 10 minutes, as we always want to keep our events, 30 minutes or an hour long. The big thing now I want you guys to start thinking through is, what are ways that you can now kind of help support the entity as we start moving into the Ronin phase. The Ronin phase is going to be really a big opportunity on where the market is going, right? And more importantly, it's our opportunity to drive a new Ordinals narrative. And our Ordinals narrative is going to be compelling. It's going to be like no friction, all upside, fun games, interesting use of Ordinals technology, very wide rarity, beautiful art, and beautiful storytelling. And we want to combine all these elements to attract, the 1,000, 2,000 loyal, members who want to be a part of this. And the crazy thing is that we're also restructuring the mint design to give diamond hand holders, right, long-term holders, true loyalists, a huge advantage in the upside here, right? The longer you hold, the more value you get. And that's also going to be a very quick connection here as well, right? That could be pretty amazing. We're going to definitely do our own version of questing. We're not using the garbage quest protocols out. Like, everything is garbage. Those are all botted, not interested at all. What you're going to see is why all these guys tried to copy from Lost Realms when we created this in the first time. I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, everyone's tried to figure out how to recreate Lost Realms, right? And that's why you have platforms like Zeely and Shuttle Bay. They're all garbage, right? I'm going to be 100%, right? It's just a system that doesn't work because they all get botted, and they bring you the lowest value users, period. And they have almost no real bot filters. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to optimize for surface level engagement. It's not what we want. I could not care less about that. We've never tried to pump our numbers. The only time our numbers ever pumped is when these motherfuckers bought pre-mints to be able to go win some of our pre-mints and stuff like that. We'll never bot. We want authentic users everywhere we go. And that's kind of what this whole ecosystem is. So we're going to keep that going, right? Like, I love the fact that I could click on any of you guys, right? And we can have a really clear understanding of what your engagement has been in this ecosystem, right? It's actually blowing me away every time we get to see all of these individuals here, and you can be a part of this community where there really is an understanding of loyalty here, right? Like, I cannot wait for Reishi to have his Ronin. I cannot wait for Future Khan to have his Ronin. I cannot wait for Prince of Persia to have his Ronin. I cannot wait for Dweezy to have his Ronin. Cassius Clay to have his Ronin. Eagle 8 to have his Ronin. All of you. This is kind of the amazing thing, right? Lorem to have his Ronin. This is kind of where all of these elements kind of open up for each and every one of you, because we've ended up building this system to be significantly more fair and equitable to the users. I promise you, when you see the Ronin mint structure, you'll be like, the fuck? Why is this so kind? That's what I want you guys to think. I want you to see a structure that will blow your mind, where you're like, huh, they might actually value me as a long-term holder. I want you to feel that. I want you to recognize that. And I want you to be part of it as well. And there's going to be this really cool ways that we're going to, honestly, Ronin's launch, in my opinion, is going to try to redesign how all mint launches should go in the future. Like that's what I want. I'm going really big with the approach and the process, especially on ordinals. Plus, we'll be one of the first like large ordinal projects to like truly whitelist in a healthy way. Whitelist with real user history, real curation, and then also with you guys who have Oath and Ronin, you'll have incentives to hold both, right? And I think that's kind of the other amazing thing here is that we're gonna have shared incentives, right? We're gonna have this ability for you guys to keep unlocking more and more value in our ecosystem, and in doing so, right, you're gonna have an ability to chart this community moving forward. And like I said, the ability for you guys to all get access to Ronin has been a huge factor on how we redesigned this and make it significantly more fair, but it's still going to be a relatively very small supply, right? A very small supply on the initial float. And it's only going to expand to reward loyal users over time. I think you're just going to see some cool, fascinating things that will bring this market into our favor. So, really excited for that. I'm glad that we have all of you guys here. I'm excited for all of you diamond holders because you're going to get a multiplier on all of this stuff too, which is going to be really great. And we can really start pushing this out. So, as we kind of wrap up, I kind of want to just ask like a couple of big questions here around what are you most looking what for in the research lab? Like what are you most excited about? And I'd love to get you guys' like quick answers for that. Give me just a second and I'll set this vote up here. Yeah, and I'll create a few different ways. Um I know some of you who may have came late didn't see the sneak peek of the research lab, but we'll show some images here shortly after this call and give you guys an update on this call as well too, which is always great. Give me just a second. Okay, I think this vote. Uh, okay, great. Okay, let me add an option. What do you want to learn more about? Option number one, airdrop guys. Submit. Add an option. I want ordinals knowledge. Hold on. Let's do token GameFi plays, let's say. And then let's do OTC knowledge and OTC prices for whitelists. And then let's do security alerts, although I don't think any of you care about that. You should care about that, but on that front. All right, I'm going to drop this here for you guys to be able to choose. Would love for you guys to vote there. Let me see if this will work. The vote should come into this channel. War Souls. Okay. Oh, this interaction failed. Okay, can I put this in General Tavern? Will this work? No. Oh no, it did work. Okay, the options actually came out in this chat. So what are you most looking for in the research lab? Oh, it says it's failed. Oh, our poor little bot. I'll bother our bot team here. So sad. So sad. I want all of our bots to work. No worries. Let's see if I can do this again. Oh, it did fail. No worries. We'll get the votes up afterwards. I'll work with our team. It always happens when you have so many of these systems and bots going out. It's kind of crazy here as well. But hopefully, if you, as we kind of think through this, the big key is that we're going to have you guys do some feedback really quickly on, what else do you want to see more of, right? What else can we build more for you guys? What else can we unlock? And we're just going to keep unlocking this stuff. We're not asking anything more from you guys. We're not asking for any extraction. We're literally just going to make this fun. We're going to make a lot of opportunities come. I love Sleventeen noting cross-chain awareness. I agree. I want to start sharing more knowledge on a lot of other games here as well. Love that you guys are focusing on token plays. Oh, you guys want more educational breakdowns like on Gas Wars and maybe tooling breakdowns? That'd be pretty cool. So we can kind of play through all of these and kind of add that in. So this is the cool thing. This will keep building around you guys, which I think is going to be really powerful. And yeah, Ordinal's knowledge is coming over to you guys here too, which is going to be really cool. We're going to spend a lot of time to get you guys up to date on the Ordinals market. And that's what we're going to use the next 2-3 weeks for. You're going to see some orange events coming up. You're going to see some new breakdowns. As a heads up, we are kind of struggling with some of the timings on Discord with their new event series. So sometimes are different on mobile than they are on desktop, and I'm not sure why. It's kind of annoying here at the moment right now, so I'm still working on that, but generally we'll have all of the times set up correctly. But yeah, the events tab is just the new feature they added with recurring events doesn't seem to be working as well as we'd like. So I'm going to work on that too. So, guys, there are plenty of opportunities in this market, but you want to stay up. You want to stay focused. You want to make sure that you are specializing in an area that you have deep knowledge in that you could execute as well. So, get ready for all this data and information coming. We're going to share more OTC data. Here, I'll give you guys the last drop from the OTC data here really quickly. As we were just looking at this, right? I mean, this was from last week. We shared this, but this is kind of the breakdowns you're going to be able to see. Oh, the formatting will always suck when I copy paste it here. It does suck. Okay, let's just do this. Maybe this will be easier. Okay, one sec. No. Okay. So this was like what last week's was. And then what I'll do is I'll share a little bit more on the upcoming week here too. So, these were top sales by prices, right? Which is pretty cool. This is kind of like an important thing. So, last week you saw what Crypto Undead was trading at, Bitcoin Booze, Hashlings, Ninja Alerts. And then what it shows is these are confirmed sales in parentheses, right? Bitcoin Cat, Play Ember, Quibi, or I don't even know, Shibi. I don't even know how to pronounce all this stuff. So you're going to get more breakdowns like this here as well, which is awesome. And yeah, shout out to Armel. He's been incredibly powerful here too. So lots of cool things coming into the market and where these pieces are coming. So keep an eye out. Yep, here's Wild West sharing like one of the breakdowns here very quickly for some of these projects. So there's a lot of things that are coming out. We're going to keep giving you guys these types of insights. Connect these knowledges together, right? Connect the insights from AMAs, connect the over-the-counter prices, connect the communities you work with, and you'll hopefully be able to find more and more, because especially in this bull market, there's going to be a lot more, or bullish market, there's going to be a lot of dust. There's going to be a lot of people. It's going to get a lot more crowded. It's going to be pretty nuts. And then same thing. Yeah, if you guys want to take on the risks of being able to see some big opportunities, right? Like it's huge. It's huge, right, on this front. So this is kind of the other thing that you want to realize, is that this market massively is underrepresenting, right, this challenge of how do you actually get the right information for every project. So that's what we're gonna tap into. We're gonna show this and see this, and we're gonna just present the information in an unbiased way, right? And that's kind of the cool thing. We're not trying to do anything to make this incredibly hard or difficult or biased, right? We're not shilling you on anything here. So this is where at least I hope that you're going to have some big opportunities to unlock. We're not doing OTC. That's not our goal. There's a whole bunch of other channels that do that. Not our focus, not our model. We don't care about it. So definitely enjoy the opportunities that are out there. So guys, I'm gonna let you all go. Enjoy the rest of your day. We're gonna work quite a bit hard on some of these next elements. I think the other really cool thing here as well is then God, I don't know why the tab channel is now splitting the events in two. Lord knows what's happening right now with all these things. But essentially, I'll get the tab channel to be re updated. Oh my God, it's broken up Web3 security twice as well. Ugh, so weird here at the moment right now. So, lots of cool things. We're going to keep unlocking you guys more value. So, definitely stay tuned. Should be pretty excited. So, guys, enjoy the rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you there on Friday as we unveil Ronin to each and every one of you. All right, everyone, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye bye now.